Okay, let's get things ready. Okay, let's get things ready.
But you have to take out the recycles.
They're already out.
Yes, they are, but you have to take them back in.
You said I gotta take outdoors.
Inside.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
Jeffy will be back in a minute.
Hello guys, today I'm going to be teaching you how to make mango creme brulee. This creme brulee is so good, and it's not like the traditional vanilla creme brulee because you add that twist of mango flavor. And it's so delicious, so let's get started. This is my first time making these, so let's hope nothing goes wrong. So to start off, you're going to need 6 simple ingredients: heavy whipping cream, salt, vanilla, mangoes, of course, sugar, white sugar, preferably, and eggs. And that's all you need to make this delicious recipe. As for material-wise, you need a lot of materials, but you can substitute these materials for everyday items you have in your kitchen. You need a strainer, you need a small, medium whisking board, you need a cutting board, which I'm just using a plate. You need a knife, which I don't have. You need a whisk. You need a immersion blender, and if you do not have the immersion blender, you can just use a regular blender. And if you don't have a regular blender, you can just use a fork. And a cup for the immersion blender. You need a egg separator, or you can just do it by hand. You also need a tea kettle or something to boil water in. You need a large, deep baking dish. I would suggest a big glass casserole dish that goes deep, but that's all the way there, and I don't need to get that, so we're going to use a deep dish pizza pan, which also works, or just any cake pan also. And that is really it. That's all you're going to need. You're also going to need a pot. If you don't have a pot, I don't know what to say. Okay, let's get started. Hey guys, something else I forgot to mention is that you're also going to need placemats on your counter, because trust me, this recipe will get really messy if you're doing it correctly. And another something I forgot to mention is ramekins. I found these at Publix. They don't even need to be actual like ramekins. You can literally just find small oven-safe bowls and glass bowls. That's what I'm making them in. If you have a real ramekin like this one, you can also use this ramekin. This is an actual ramekin with everything, but I only have 2 of these, and this recipe makes 7, so we can't use that. To get started, you're going to need your mangoes. And a trick to your mangoes, you're going to cut them in half. Well, it's very hard to cut mangoes in half for the seed. So maybe a little bit less than half on them. Using a sharper knife would be way better. Don't be like me. And get a sharper knife. We're not going to be using all these mangoes, okay? We're just gonna make a mango puree. Dairy peels in the trash. And some people, they would just I've seen people, they cut the middle like that, and then they just flip it up. And although that's really cool, you're wasting a lot of mango doing that. Don't dread it. Is the easier way. Take your cup, literally just take the mango, put it on the side of the cup, kind of rim the cup in there, and just push towards the cup as you're pushing down. So push in and down. And then eventually, if you keep on doing that, look at that. Perfect mango peel, and all your stuff's in here. Okay guys, once you have your mango skins, you're going to plug in your immersion blender and blend. You need about 1 3/4 cup. So once you get to there, you can stop. Now, after you finish your mango puree, you're going to set your oven to 325 degrees and start getting your water boiling. I would suggest about 3 to 5 cups, however much you think you'll need to fill your baking dish. Halfway up. And then after you do that, we're gonna take these and we're gonna head to the stove. Okay guys, so now you're going to start by taking all of your mango puree and your whisk, and you're going to just dump all of that in your saucepan. Now you're going to cook down your mango puree. It's on a heat, and then you're going to cook down your mango puree until it's reduced. Make sure you're cooking on low. Make sure you're stirring constantly. Once it starts to simmer and reduce, then we're going to go on to the next step. While our mango puree is still simmering, make sure you're still watching it, and we're going to start our egg yolk mixture. Okay, now inside your mixing bowl, you're going to add in about 3 eggs. So you're going to add in 2 eggs, and then you're going to 1 egg yolk. So we're going to crack in 1 egg. After you put your 2 eggs, you're going to add in 1 egg yolk. So you can use your egg separator and just crack the egg yolk into there. Add in your egg yolk, not egg white, and then you're going to add in. Make sure you're still keeping an eye on that mango mixture, and then you're going to add in about 1/3 cup of sugar. If you'd like, you can add a spoon more if you like sweet. And then you're going to whisk it together until you get a light yellow color. Okay. Next, you're going to add in a little bit of lemon. Just a little squeeze. Mix that into the mango puree to give it a bit of a tart taste. Increase the heat a little bit from low to medium. And just keep on stirring until it starts to get more liquidy. Okay, once it starts to heat up a bit more, starts to bubble, and it gets to a very, very velvety consistency, and it starts to reduce, you're going to add in your heavy cream to kind of stall that process. And once you add in the heavy cream, you can use a whisk to mix it. I'm going to use the same spoon. And as you can see, the mango's kind of melting into the heavy cream, which is what you want. You kind of want a mango-y heavy cream. And if you do this correctly, and you waited patiently, unlike me, you would get a perfect mango-y heavy cream. This is the color the heavy cream is supposed to turn. Very, very nice color. And then you're just gonna wait for it to simmer, and then you're gonna take it off the heat. Ta-da! Okay guys, now you're going to add in about a tablespoon of vanilla and a pinch of salt to balance out the sweetness. Mix it in, and it's going to turn a different color depending on the vanilla you use. You're going to hold by the side, and you're going to pick it up, and you're going to pour into this as much as you can. Then once you can't anymore, stop, wipe it, put it down, and with your hot mango puree, you're going to take a strainer above the top, You're going to be whisking underneath. You're going to take a strainer on top, be whisking underneath, and you're going to strain your mixture for a really, really smooth creme brulee. And then once it starts to drip less and less, you can do this inside the strainer to make it go down. It's amazing. Now we're gonna clean up and we're gonna get our ramekins settled. Okay, you all, this is the fun part. The part where we get to actually make the mango creme brulee. So you're going to pour your mixture into a pouring cup. And you're just going to portion into your ramekins one by one. I have 1, 2, 3. I have, you can really portion into as many ramekins as you want. I would say around 6 to 7 ramekins for 30 to 35 minutes in the oven. But if you have more ramekins, it'll cook in less time. So right here I have 9. The recipe makes 7. I would recommend a good spatula. Okay, I would recommend a spatula for. Where is the spatula? Where is the spatula? Found the spatula. Okay. I don't know why I screamed in my video. Okay, now you're going to do the last of it. Now you're going to take this. We're going to take our boiling kettle of water. Hot, boiling, 212 degrees. And you're gonna fill it up. Now listen, when you're filling up, looks can deceive. The thing about water is that you may think it's very, very low, but it's still filling up. So what I do is I use something like a knife, and I'll go down and the knife will show me how much water is in there. Because it's gonna look like it's all the way at the bottom for a long time, and you're gonna fill it up too much. So just use the knife, and the knife will help you. And after you have them all portioned out, all the boiling water in, you can dig in. Enjoy. Bye. I'm kidding, you cannot enjoy them yet. You still got 3 more hours to go of the cooking process. Now we're going to put them in the oven for about 30 to 35 minutes, depending on how many ramekins you used, how much you filled in each ramekin. And these can easily be stored overnight and made in advance, up to 2 to 3 days. I would suggest filling up the water when you get to the oven. Ooh, I really don't want to drop these. Okay, we can do this, we can do this. Oven's right there. We can do this. You think maybe I should take the ramekins out and put them in when we get there? I think that's what we're gonna do, because I'm really not in the mood to go dropping 7 million ramekins. So we're gonna take each ramekin out. Yeah, don't make my mistake. Put the rack in the oven first, then fill your creme brulees and then fill it with water so that you're not transferring to make a mistake. And the reason the water has to be boiling, you may be thinking, hey, the oven can boil the water itself. Yes, if you let the oven boil the water itself, they won't cook fully. Now take the pot full of water. I still can't balance it. Put it on the rack and then layer each creme brulee into it carefully. While they're in the oven, wash the dishes. I don't know why this mango is big here. It's ready. It's summer and it's ready! Don't ask why I'm wearing gloves. Okay guys, now we're going to transfer these to a wire rack inside your fridge, and you're going to freeze them for 4 hours straight or 3 hours straight. 3 to 4 hours straight. I would suggest 4 hours though, because then you'll get the best creme brulee. Remember when I said I had 9? Make that 8. Tastes good though. Anyways, now we're going to transfer them to the fridge one by one. Now, I do not have a wire rack. I don't know anybody who does have a wire rack if you're not a maker. So I'm just using a cutting board. You can really just place them into the fridge. You don't even need anything. And it works. So we're going to start with the one that got bruised. And you do not even need the tongs. I would suggest rubber tongs, not the ones like this, because those ones it won't grasp. With the water, here's what I do with it. Ready? So you're gonna move that arm kind of nice. So you're gonna start pushing it, and then you're gonna take it and you're gonna go straight into the sink. Guess what? Here's the most exciting part. Watch this. You got a clean pot. You got a clean pan, so you don't even gotta wash it. You just gotta let it air dry. Now, let's take all these creme brulees and put them in the fridge one by one, starting with this one. Guess Magic's a little rusty, still left one. And then I'll see you guys for the taste test and bruleeing. Bye, for now. Hello guys, it's the next day. I left them in the fridge overnight, and we're gonna brulee one and see how it tastes. So, the truth is, I actually, last night after we ate dinner, I forgot that I had to record the bruleeing process, and we ended up eating almost all of them. So that's why you only see one here, because we ate the rest. They were good though. But today I'm going to show you guys the process so that the video has it. The video is actually coming along real good. Now, you're going to add in about half a teaspoon of sugar into your ramekin bowl and swirl it around. Next, you're gonna grab your butane fuel and your torch. Fill up your torch with the butane fuel. This is Ronson butane fuel. And you're going to just start by taking your torch, turning it on. You're gonna go in a circular motion starting outwards. So you're gonna go like this, and you're just gonna start doing that. On the outside, you're gonna start on the outer part, and then come in. Now, let's clean up a little bit. Let's grab our spoon. You probably can't see it because it's plastic. And we're just gonna let this sit for a minute or two so that, because when you first brulee the sugar, it's really soft. You gotta wait for it to harden. So we're gonna wait a minute. Okay guys, it is finally ready for that taste test, and I can't wait to show you this crack. So, you're gonna take your creme brulee, and you're just going to, I want you to hear that crack. Go straight down, be brave, and take a bite. 10 out of 10.